Thank you for tuning in to Connect More, featuring the shared experiences, new adventures, and nightmares of four pals who have known each other for decades. Connect More utilizes the swear jar concept to raise funds for the American Cancer Society. When you hear this during the episode, the offender will contribute to the swear jar. We'll update the swear jar each week at the end of the program. We hope you enjoy the show.
Hey, yo, welcome to another episode of Connect More. I'm Eric. There's John.
Hey.
That's Brian.
Greetings.
And that's Jason.
Hello, everyone.
On this episode of Connect More, Jason and Brian open the mail. John and I interview interns. And then it's a whip around favorite, band names. But first, around here, it's heating up. What do you guys like to do in summertime in Iowa? Jax, are you a little happier in the summer? You get that vitamin D going?
Yeah, I like the summer. We spend a lot of time every summer at the ball field. Louis plays baseball, so we end up, sitting on the sidelines watching a lot of baseball, which is fine with me. We always enjoy that. We usually try to take in a couple minor league or professional games too over the summer. Traveling around a little bit. Probably won't make it down to Clinton this year. Not as much reason to go down there, but we always try to do that every once in a while. We usually try to go to a game in Des Moines when we go out there for the state fair, see the I-Cubs. It'll be really interesting, too, to see what happens at the Field of Dreams, because they built that new minor league size stadium there permanently.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And they're going to have some public games there, like high school games and some... We've got these semi-pro teams around here, Sherrill and Balltown and Rickersville all have these semi-pro teams for
like
adults.
The clubs, yeah.
Yeah, and they might play some there or something. That's going to be a blast.
I think the first high school game up there is Western Dubuque versus Clinton.
It might be.
Yeah.
It might be, yeah.
Yeah,
so,
lots of baseball.
So it's going to be a fun summer that way. We like sitting at the ball diamond.
Where's places to be, I guess. I think we all do that, right? I mean, I know Brian and John being in Des Moines, you guys catch your share of Iowa Cub games. Usually I do, obviously when I was in Clinton, but maybe now I'll run up to the Colonels now and then. Yeah, so we do a lot of baseball. Boys, what do you do besides baseball?
The Cubs games are great. I share tickets with a group, so I ended up at, I suppose, 8 or 10 games a year. And it always seems to be like, like Fireworks Friday or a giveaway or whatever. I'm into the minor league, the whole shtick of like, we're going to give stuff away. We're going to shoot t-shirts into the stands. That stuff just never gets old to me. And then, in non-campaign years, in non-election years, my favorite thing in the summer is to go for these long runs in this place called Browns Woods out behind the Art Center in Des Moines, and it's a bike trail. And so sometimes the cyclists can be, annoyed that people are running out there. But if you stay to the side and behave, they're usually okay. And I just love getting that long run in by the river. There's nothing makes me happier.
Is it shaded too? So it's kind of nice running in the shade.
No.
Yeah.
You're on the river and you're down in the woods in the shade. You come out every now and then, but you can do 6-8 miles without coming out into the sun.
That's awesome.
You take Ween running with you?
I would. Let's go.
My running days are done.
Try to get both those legs working.
Is somebody chasing me? Somebody have a gun? That's the only way I'm running.
Are they dangling a kolach in front of you or a lefse or something?
That might help. That might help. So I'm of course I'm all about the baseball. I like going to Colonels games. I like going to I-Cubs games. I love just going to minor league games, my whole life. So really enjoy that. So in Des Moines here, we have the Des Moines Beer Garden, which is over by Waterworks Park. And so we like going there on weekends and getting some lunch. Sometimes we take the grandkids, sometimes we take the dogs with us, and we just hang out there for a few hours. And that's really good. I think I think just drinking outside is just a wonderful thing. So
I
There you
agree.
go.
I
There
agree.
you
We
go.
sit
No
on the
argument
Drinking
here.
patio.
outside season.
it's like you're doing something wrong, right?
We've just
Yeah.
birthed a Midwest tradition right there.
We take the speaker out and we sit out on the deck or whatever the yard for hours. Yep.
That's right.
I like the way you said that though, Wayne. It's like, I don't know if anybody's ever thought about this before, but it's really nice drinking outside. Like, oh no shit. Oh, geez, that's a great idea.
So like a patio, maybe?
Wow. Oh, damn.
We'll get like metal chairs. What are you seeing here, Brian?
No, we bring our own chairs to beer garden, so we got those
Yeah.
nice zero gravity chairs we take and
Oh,
Yes.
relax and
You're
tie
on
up
the
the dogs.
holodeck.
Yep. And the dogs really like it there, so they can get socialized a bit, and everybody's happy. So
Is there no gardening or anything, any of that traditional Iowa stuff going on here? I like a good vegetable garden.
oh, we're doing that right now. So
Okay.
I've already planted my potatoes, obviously, but the other stuff we're not putting anything in the ground yet, just because it's a little too early right now. But usually after like Mother's Day, you're just fine. So
Mother's Day was my weekend to plan all that stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we got about, as of right now, about 30 tomato plants, but we're not going to plant 30. That's way too much work.
Whoa.
So-
We'll have a garden too. Cabbage and tomatoes and probably some peppers or something like that. Or I was just outside cutting some rhubarb. We're making a rhubarb pie.
Yeah, bring some of that
Nice.
this way.
Nice.
There you go. That's it. That never gets old. By the way, vegetables come from Hy-Vee.
There's John's
They
answer
arri-
for you.
They arrive by truck.
Oh, that's a shame. What about farmers market, John? Do you at least
You know,
do that?
I was just going to make a farmer's market pitch. I feel like farmer's market's a little more 20 years ago me, but there was a time when farmer's market was something you organized your week around. And, the one here in Des Moines is awesome, but there are little ones around too. I can remember going with Ween to the Valley Junction one. And, there's stuff in little towns to the north and east that I've been to. And that's it. That's a great tradition. Like local food is a great thing. And is that are farmers markets still a big deal, or are they kind of dying out? Or I don't know. I think the
they're
one here
stronger
is
than
still
ever.
good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
that
still
Des Moines-
rock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that Des Moines one's huge still. So
Yeah.
it's almost
the
too big
one-
because if you don't go early in the morning, it's crazy.
The last time I went to the Des Moines one, I got food poisoning and couldn't go to see Hamilton.
Oh,
That's
dear.
amazing. What
Yeah.
do you mind saying what you had? Probably a vegetable.
It was it was a bagel breakfast sandwich of some sort. It was exciting afternoon. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm not a big
like a lukewarm salmon bagel or something that had been sitting outside in the sun all day.
That's
Okay,
right.
come
in the
on.
hot,
Good
hot
choice.
sun.
Yeah.
With big globs of cream cheese that have been baking in the sun all day. I thought
And
that was a good
hard-boiled eggs
choice.
on it.
A couple
Yeah.
of durian candies on there.
Oh. Still tasting
Well-
that today, by the way. Like I kind of burped before, and I was like, I think I just still taste that crap.
Oh,
We'll mail you some, Ween.
all right.
If they can even be sent in the mail, if the post office
Right.
will allow
Yeah,
it.
that might get
It's
red
like, is there
flag.
anything toxic in your package,
Homeland
sir?
Security.
Actually, there is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a Durban. Yeah, right, exactly.
All right, well, you Puds are a couple of wild and crazy guys. So, speaking of Saturday Night Live,
Everyone wants in on the act, so we are letting everyone in on the act in this segment called Mail Call. We tackle the questions our listeners are dying to get answers to from us for some reason. So now we've got a listener voice memo from Becky.
Hello, Connect More. Longtime listener, first time caller. I am a huge fan of Saturday Night Live, and so I am just wondering, what was your favorite characters or skits, or let's just talk anything about Saturday Night Live.
So, well, I couldn't have been happier with this question from Becky because SNL is one of my favorite shows. It's been a favorite of mine ever since I was in high school. Always look forward to it. I don't watch it as regularly, especially not live at 10:30 at night anymore. But when I heard this, the one sketch that came up immediately as one of my favorites was Celebrity Jeopardy with Norm Macdonald as Burt Reynolds. That's the list.
I
There is nothing funnier than Norm Macdonald doing Burt Reynolds, Turd Ferguson.
Yes.
yes.
The jokes, and then and when
Yes.
he's on there with Sean Connery,
Yes.
that's the list right there.
Same with me. And my question is, because I think of that all the time, and I think, why is that so funny?
I don't know.
He just kills it as Burt Reynolds.
And it's not even really like Burt Reynolds. Like, he doesn't even, it's not really like Burt Reynolds talks or anything. But he kind of chews the gum. And,
yeah.
he kind of does that little laugh and stuff.
Yeah.
But with him and Sean Connery, and the way Sean Connery does those jokes about Alex Trebek's mom. I saw with your mom last night, Trebek. And it's like, oh my God. And Will Ferrell just straight faced.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
that's the best. That's my favorite of all time. And he wears that big foam cowboy hat.
Yes.
I'm out, man. I rewatch that on YouTube because I love it so much.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Well, I have a couple I really like. I really like the More Cowbell.
That's a classic.
Sure.
That's a classic.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Just the Christopher Walken doing that. Just wander around the room and just feel the room and do your thing, And it's just, it's killer.
Well,
and
the best part about that episode or that skit is Will Ferrell's little outfit.
Oh, yes.
His belly's kind of hanging out, and the way he's dancing and stuff. Oh my God, it's so good.
And one of the most recent ones I like is the Close Encounter with Kate McKinnon.
Oh, you like those?
Oh, I love those.
Yeah, I don't
they
know.
did that on the 50th. That one was actually
God.
worthy of that.
And they break character every single time with that. She kills it.
I think it could have been 2 or 3 times and not 50 times though. Like I feel like they went back to the well on that one a little bit too often, because I agree with you. Like watching the rest of the cast crack up and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It seems like they did it a lot, and I kind of got over it after a while. But it doesn't mean it's not funny. It's just, got anything else? That's my only hesitation, because Kate McKinnon, just in general, almost
she
anything
kills
she's
in general.
in. She's one of the best of all time.
And those high-waisted acid wash jeans, I mean, she's just proving that she can do the physical comedy stuff like Melissa McCarthy does, and it is actually genius. She doesn't have to say anything, and then when she does, even that is ridiculous. And then, I always go back to, like, guys, I went to school in Missouri, and I just have to tell you, there's somebody there that she's doing.
Inspired by Missouri.
If the aliens do land in Branson, we're all hosed.
Well, they'll immediately turn back around and go where they came from.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know.
there's always that. Okay.
They won't find
It kinda
intelligent life,
depends.
that's for sure.
It kinda
No intelligent
depends.
life. None.
Somebody gives them bourbon, you never know. Guys, I'm going to make a pitch for old school. So the first thing I thought of when we did this was Father Guido Sarducci. And so late 70s, early seasons, not the very beginning, but I loved it because it was literally irreverent, right? It was that we were still in the place of like, you can't do that on television. And there was still these layers we hadn't gone through yet. And a priest smoking on TV, giving cheap life advice. It was exactly the same lines as Jack Handy later. It was exactly the same crap, right? But he was doing it with an Italian accent, and he was never not funny. And every minute of it, we're like, they can't do this. Yeah. They cannot depict this on TV. So I looked up a Sarducci line. He says, you don't got to know everything in life, just the important things. The rest you can kind of fake.
Yeah. I like the call back to the old stuff too, because I haven't watched actually very much of the more recent SNL programs, but I always loved the old stuff. I mentioned it in the segue here, but Steve Martin and Dan Aykroyd doing Wild and Crazy Guys is always funny to me. Just absolutely hilarious. I think one that's funny to me, and again, I can't put my finger on it, and then this is old time one, right? But the Landshark gag that probably came out around. Who's there? Plumber.
I still do that. I still do that.
Good for you.
That stuff is these ones we've mentioned are so deep into the culture, right? That if you say Landshark, that's 50 years old and somebody's going to get it. Or if you say more cowbell, right? This needs more cowbell.
Exactly.
Yep. So
So John, you mentioned we were in an earlier episode, a few episodes ago, we were talking about desserts, and you insisted that we all lean into the microphone a little bit and do our best NPR voices. And so that also reminded me, I still think this is top five SNL skits is the sweaty balls thing with Alec Baldwin. And that's like 5 minutes. You talk about how the McKinnon, they get out of character and crack up. They did a hilarious 5.5 minutes, and none of them broke ever, and that was very, very hilarious stuff.
Yep.
That might be a
Agreed,
top
agreed.
10 television moment, period. It was, no, extraordinary.
Especially when you're using John's John's metric of pardon me, of getting inhabiting pop culture. Like it's one of those things like the
Yes,
NPR voice and the sweaty balls and
yes.
Well, I'll just name check a couple other things that stick with me from SNL. King Tut came out of SNL, right? So it was first an SNL sketch, and he made a whole tour out of that with the arrow through the head and the whole thing. And then,
Hey kids, John is referencing a Steve Martin stand-up gig.
well, I'm doing it for that reason. If you're
Yeah.
under the age of 55 years old, go look up Steve Martin doing King Tut in case you're
Yes.
curious about what was ever funny about Steve Martin. And then Eddie Murphy, Wookin' Panub. I can still recite Wookin' Panub.
like
It comes up
Buckwheat
for
sings
me.
the
Buckwheat
Christmas
singing,
classics and all that
Buckwheat
stuff.
singing
Oh
"Looking
my
for
God.
Love," the Eddie Rabbit country song,
Yeah.
and I could still do that. I think for you right now.
Yeah.
And how old is that? That's more than 40 years old.
Yeah.
Right. And that was like Eddie, we know now, was all pissed off and he was not happy with what was happening. He just kind of took over all the sketches, and thank God, right?
And I want
And
to put
then,
in a plug too. One of the ones I just saw it the other day, it happened to show up on a feed or something, but I could not stop watching it, was when Harry Shearer and Martin Short did the men's synchronized swimming video.
yeah.
Do you guys
Yeah.
remember
Oh,
that one?
yeah.
Yes, those
Yeah,
were
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my
yeah.
God. Just
Yeah.
Martin Short with that kind of half bald wig, and he's in the pool and they're talking about it. It's like, I'm not a strong swimmer. Just the way, and they're in the pool and they're doing their synchronized swimming things, and they're talking about how seriously they want to get men's synchronized swimming into the Olympics every time. I mean, that is, if you haven't, like to John's point, if you haven't dialed that one up, listeners, Harry Shearer, Martin Short, men's synchronized swimming, you won't regret it.
I'll do two more, one old, one new. Same vein with Eddie Murphy and Gumby. We cannot leave this without saying Gumby, damn it. And which, for whatever reason, in seventh grade, that was the funniest thing I had ever heard.
Yeah, that's right.
And
Yeah.
now it's just funny.
Yeah.
And then the last one is the much more recent, is the Lonely Island guys, and I'm on a boat.
I'm a huge Lonely Island fan. I like a lot of their stuff.
I'm on a boat
Yeah.
with T.I.
Yep. And I will also, I'm sorry, I don't want to drag this on any longer, but I just want to put in a plug for Weekend Update in general, that I've always kind of been a fan of the Weekend Update. I like, and thinking about the different people who filled that role, Kevin Nealon and Dennis Miller and Norm Macdonald and Seth Meyers and Amy Poehler and
Chevy Chase.
Tina Fey, Chevy Chase. I always look forward to that segment. And sometimes that's the part that I'll look up on YouTube. Like if I don't watch the rest of the episode, I just want to dial up Weekend Update just to see what they were riffing on. I love it.
I said earlier, I don't watch a lot of the new stuff, and that's almost exactly what I do, Jason, on Sunday mornings. Is I go through X or Facebook and whoever's got the Saturday Night Live Weekend Update clip, and I'll watch that. So I do keep up with those yet.
I do the same. It all comes up in little, for the whole show, it'll come up in little 3 or 4 minute clips on social media, and then you're not watching anything but that. And especially when we don't know who the musical artists are anymore.
Yes,
and
that's right.
and
or
it's
sometimes the guest hosts.
or the guest hosts. Yeah.
I do get a kick out of the gag that the two guys doing Weekend Update now, which is a lot of fun, which I could see us Puds doing. Is I love it. I don't know how often they do it, but when they write the gags and
Yeah.
make the other guy do it,
Oh,
Yep,
yeah.
just
it's
trade,
really
trade the
genius.
cards. And Colin has to say all that racist shit. That's just,
Oh my
there's nothing
God.
funnier on TV right now.
There
than
is
that.
nothing funnier on
Yes.
TV right now. You're right, John,
Yeah.
than those two reading each other's jokes. And Che is the master. of making Colin say things that are just awful.
Oh,
It's
he writes those jokes
fantastic.
about his wife.
His
And
Oh
wife,
yeah,
he
yeah,
said
totally,
terrible things about Scarlett, and
totally,
and it's a risk for Colin Jost every time he does that, right? Because taken
every
out of
time.
context, that you play that to, greatest hits in 10 years without context, and I guess he's ready to be president. I don't know. Like, I don't know how this all works anymore, but
Yeah, I want to see a supercut of all of those jokes just from the last however many years they've been
Yeah,
doing
that
that.
would be really
all
good.
cut together. That would be so good.
I think they do that during like Christmas break and at the end of the year. And at the end of the year, if I remember right. Yeah.
I think you're right. Yep.
Yeah.
I have a complicated relationship with Weekend Update still, because I think Dennis Miller was the best host, and his comedy went downhill. His politics got weird, and he was just not somebody I could ever spend any time with after kind of the mid 90s, which was really too bad, because really there was nothing funnier than a good Dennis. When Dennis Miller was at his best, it was the best. It didn't last very long.
Yeah.
Well, he's right up your alley too, though, John. A couple weird arcane references to J. Ehrlich Haldeman or something like that.
Stop
John's
me
like,
before I sub-reference again.
Yeah.
Randolph Mantooth.
Yep,
Yeah,
exactly.
yes, yeah.
That's John Speed for sure.
What's with the kabuki shit there, Tyler?
Hell, you're out of here, Cha-Cha.
I'm going into the side of a mountain. They're going to a better place.
All right, everybody, it's getting late. I think it's time for a little advice from Hedge.
Learned a lot over the years, mainly by ignoring all advice and making every possible mistake ourselves. This is the hard way, where we share the bumps, bruises, and belated wisdom that came from taking the scenic and slightly painful route through life. Today's topic: job interviews. What are you looking for if you are interviewing a candidate? What tips do you have for someone who is doing interviewing? And do you have an interview nightmare story? And so I'm going to lead with Brian. What do you got for me about doing interviews and advice for those doing interviews?
So I am one of the people that is actually, giving interviews to new employees and potential new employees and things like that now. And what I would tell everybody is, in my case, I always view as somebody, I just want somebody to get along, because usually the qualifications are all the same. And so I'm kind of looking for somebody who can get along. I usually bring another staff member with me too, because I don't do it in a vacuum. I don't think I'm a brilliant person. I have my blind spots like everybody else. And so I always bring multiple people in the room. So like when we hire partners, it's like a firing line. When we hire attorneys, it's like a firing line. They have 3-4 people just asking questions. Boom, 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 boom. You know why? Because it's important for them to get different perspectives and, see if they can get along. Because we do have a unique culture where we're at the law firm. And it's just, got to find somebody to get along with our culture. For maybe like a legal assistant, I've always felt this way. You just need somebody who could talk, somebody who can be social. Because if you're kind of quiet, you're kind of a church mouse, I will never hire you, because we need somebody who's social, who can get along with everybody else.
Well, see, and that's the kind of stuff too, Linus, that you don't take a class for that stuff. You know what I mean?
You don't.
And I think that's what when I have interns and stuff at work, they're asking me, it's always like, you got to be able to communicate. You got to be able to be like work on a team. You've got to be able to, in written and oral communication, be very clear and succinct and sound like you know what you're doing. And unfortunately, like that's not something that you just have to be kind of good at that stuff, especially the whole like working on a team thing. It's hard to learn that if you're not good at it already. So that's why interviews like you're talking about are important.
Yep, I would agree. So some people actually have a test also when they are hiring people. So some people will give you a water intentionally and then make sure you clean up after yourself. It's true.
Like you wipe your chin on your sleeve?
No, like you take your garbage with you and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I thought you
that.
meant like to see if they do a spit take when you ask
I
them a
know.
question.
Right.
Yeah, I was like,
Like,
what?
No. Some people actually do this intentionally, especially so they
I-
make sure because they want to smack the entitlement out of you. You know,
I guess
so
I don't know what I think those are just tricks, and I
It
don't
is.
know what good you're going to get out of that. I think the most important thing you hit on, and I learned a long time ago, is hire for the culture of your
There you go.
office.
There you go. Yep.
I
Agreed.
have several times. I can remember, in fact, one of my more recent hires. We had, I mean, they were like Brian said, usually everybody's kind of even on the resume, but we had a couple people that had a little bit more experience, and then this other person that had some experience, but that person with, I would rank number 3 with experience, we wound up hiring her because we knew our culture in our office, and after talking to the other two, we're like, they're just not a good fit for the whole office, and you guys have all worked in these areas now where just one bad egg can bring down the whole show, right? I mean, that's tough. And that's why I don't like hiring, that you gotta find that trick when you hire, what's going to work, because I always said there's only one thing worse than firing, and that's hiring someone. You got a few minutes and you need this person to be an all-star, and if you can hit that every time in those few minutes, I mean, you're blessed for sure.
Weenus, you got a horror story for us?
I don't really have a horror story, but I can tell you, I've learned over the years the social thing, right? And I remember in my younger days, like in college, I think probably the worst interviews I actually got hired for. Like Walmart, I thought I gave a horrible interview, but yet they still hired my ass. Why? I have no idea. But
It's
Well, it's
Walmart,
Walmart.
right?
yeah, it's
Well,
Walmart, right?
those are-
Yeah.
It was your lats and delts.
And
That kid's
stuff.
ripped. We got to hire him.
And stuff.
How about you, Eric? You have a terrible interview story on either end, interviewer or interviewee?
Well, I remember I don't like to interview a lot of people. So, I was kind of in a political job. And so, for a while. And so I don't like to interview more than 5 people if I don't have to. Well, blah, blah, blah. It's kind of a political job. Not the job, but I'm in a political job. So there was people who know people. I had to do 8 interviews in a week. That wasn't so bad. But you know what was the worst thing? The first person we brought in, well, we all just looked at each other. We're like, we're hired. Call those other 7 to go home. But you can't do that,
Got to do the beauty pageant.
And so we knew right away on that first one, and that was a great feeling. But we still had to go through these other 7 interviews, and I did kind of feel bad for those other 7. But at least I thought, well, if someone can beat number 1, then we're in really good shape. I think though, as far as me maybe botching an interview, I don't know how bad this. I mean, it's bad, but I think I called. We were leaving. We were walking out the door, and I think I called my interviewer by the wrong name, which is par for me.
That's
I don't know
tough.
anybody's
That's tough.
name.
Did you get the
Right?
job?
Oh no.
Yeah. Got it.
Oh, no.
Oh, here, I'll give you a horror story. This happened to me 5 years ago. I was interviewing. And so I interviewed for a local HVAC company. And the guy said, well, I would like to hire you, but I have a college dropout son who I want to train into this job eventually. And I said, oh, fuck no. I'm out of here.
That's great. You were going to become
I was like,
Crash Davis from
first,
Bull Durham.
I go, first of all, you're hiring a quitter. Second of all, I don't
hope you
care
said
if it's
that
your
to his
son.
face.
I
Did you say that to his
I
face?
did. I
Love
did.
that.
Oh, that's why we love you, Weenus.
Yeah. Well, the kid's going to succeed. I'll tell you that right now. That
Oh,
kid.
bullshit.
No, the kid eventually sells that company and has a bunch of equity in it. Jax, what do you got for us for interviewing tips or a nightmare?
Well, it's both advice. It's kind of a nightmare and advice, I guess I would say in one. is the advice for all you kids out there is be sure that when you're listing people as a reference for a job, that you know they're going to say really good things about you.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Wow.
someone listed me as a reference and he was a terrible employee.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
So
He
what'd you
wasn't, I
say?
mean, he just didn't do his job very well. So they called
Ooh.
me and it was really hard. I was just like, this is really hard. But they asked that question, would you hire him to do this job again? And I was like, after about 5 seconds of silence, probably not.
Yeah.
Oh, and
That's
so he
that's the
found out that I
yeah.
said that, and he was, I think he almost sued us or something. But it's just like, God damn it, dude!
Wow. But that's
You
the secret HR question right there is would you hire this person again?
That's
man,
right.
That's the
And
secret
rough.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and why? I mean, that's why that system exists. Why would he not vet that with each of his
Well, I don't know. It's
potential?
just like,
So it's
well,
a
he
great
was.
point.
Well, it's why he was bad at his job because he didn't read the room.
It was all the
Yeah,
same
yes.
You know what I
thing.
mean?
That's
Like
it.
that's
That's
why
really
you're
funny.
bad at this. That's
Yeah.
why you shouldn't be doing this
Doesn't
job. You
vet
think I'm
his-
going to give you a good reference?
His references.
Get out of here.
I'll give you mine, and I kind of saved it to last. If you guys want to cut all this, you can. But number one, my least favorite interview experiences are the 4th and 5th interview for the same job, which is
Oh,
I've
happening
never
a lot
done that
now.
before.
Where you
That's
do
terrible.
the panel, you do each of the
Wow.
folks
Yeah.
who are part of the
Oof.
team, you do somebody in legal
No.
and compliance
Two
and HR.
tops.
And it's like, and the first part of the interview is like, who am I talking to? And that takes 10 minutes, right? And then so now you're off to the races to try and get your stuff in. And then the second interview pet peeve is when the thing just doesn't have enough steam to get through the full hour, right? And you're at 35, 36 minutes and you've said what you need to say and they have your resume and you know that you'd be a good fit or you think you would. And there's just nothing coming to you, right? And you start thinking like, am I somebody's safety school? Are they just doing this because they've got another candidate they really want and they feel like they have to do this with me? But like, at least ask me the vegetable question, right? At least ask me ask me what if you were a horse, what kind of horse would you be? Give me a chance to fill in who I am.
What's
I
the worst
always
fruit?
right, worst smelling fruit, worst tasting fruit you've ever had. But I always end up feeling like I didn't do the job there because I didn't drone on long enough, which you guys know full well that I am capable of doing. So if I leave time on the board, there's nothing worse for me.
Well, I guess I would say too, I don't think I've ever conducted an interview that was longer than like half an hour, 45 minutes. I mean, get out of there. I mean, an hour-long interview is stupid.
You're actually hitting on something that with that a little bit is what I tell. We talked about us doing interviews, but what I tell people that are doing interviews is a lot of people don't realize this, and this would go to kind of what John's talking about is, as you being interviewed, you're also interviewing those people to see if you want to work for these people. So the tips I always give is, know the company that you're going to go work for and what you're doing, but then you walk in there. Those are my favorite people to actually interview too, is when they come in and at the end, hopefully the interviewer says, what do you have questions for us? And they have, 3 to 5 questions, for the company. So you're interviewing them too. And like in John's situation, like if I got to do 3 or 5 interviews, I got to be asking myself, I don't know if I want to work at this place.
Oh, absolutely. It absolutely creates that sense of they're not serious or they can never make a decision. Last thing I had was in the age of AI, what people are doing is they're having it go through and say, what are my strengths? What questions do I have for them? What are the top 3 things I would want to ask them about? And so people are literally regurgitating something that ChatGPT created for them in response to interview questions. And this is going to get interesting, right? Because the way through that as a hirer is to start asking stuff that's way off the board to try and get this person to think on their feet, tell you what their real skills are. And if all the person has done is walked in with a memorized ChatGPT script, that's going to go south quickly. So it's just an interesting kind of innovation there. I think anybody who walked into an interview like that would be due to get whipped.
Smooth as silk.
Subtle.
No doubt someone's wondering where we are by now. So before we get called back to reality, let's stick and move with some quick takes, fast laughs, and then we're out. It's time for a good old-fashioned whip around.
Whip around.
Whip.
Around. All right. Here's our favorite one: fake band names and what type of and what genre of music do they play. So I'm gonna start out with Jackson.
All right. Well, this one came about. Louis was putting on his high top sneakers the other day, and he said, "Hey, Dad, can you hand me the shoehorn over there?" And he looked at me and said, "That'd be a good band name, the Shoehorns." So the Shoehorns are the band, and they play. They're kind of a '50s doo-wop thing. So
Yeah, absolutely. I like how because my daughter Caitlin also sends me band names. We collect band names, so this is good. We've infiltrated the next generation.
and I need all the help I can get. So
All right, Jocko.
Yeah, this I think it came out of our group chat, and I think it was during one of our many alien talks that we haven't brought to the show yet. But my band name is Ginger Jeans, Genes, Ginger Jeans.
that's awesome.
Amazing.
Oh boy,
And they do covers of the Go-Go's and Belinda Carlisle.
fascinating.
Perfect.
Yes.
Love it. Love it. Love it. All right, John.
I'm
What
going
you
to stick
got?
with the SNL theme from today's episode, and my band is Samurai Delicatessen, and
Nice.
they play
Nice.
like John Mayer covers and smooth jazz.
Punctuated with "Hi-ya!"
That's right.
Is that how that works? Okay.
Yes.
All right, ladies, here we go. Coming to the Shoeyville Bluegrass Music Festival,
Yeah.
it's Mint Julep.
Yes.
All right. There, that's
Yes.
timely.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All
It's
right.
Mint Julep. Yep. Bluegrass band. Yep. Very popular. South of the Mason-Dixon line. Oh yeah.
Right. All
Absolutely.
Kentucky.
Easy
There you go.
listening.
Easy listening.
Everybody's cousins.
All right. So we're officially whipped. The swear jar amount to benefit American Cancer Society is up to $263 fucking dollars. Closing credits, please.
Thank you for listening to Connect More. I'm the producer. Please subscribe and like this podcast because it's my only chance of getting paid for this gig. Connect More is a product of Pan Tiger LLC and is hosted by Brian Danielson, Eric Van Lanker, Jason Nisus, and John Hedgecoth. Connect More is edited by me and Jocko. The showrunners are Jax, Hedge, and Weenus. Theme music written and recorded by Ryan Veeder. Cover art designed by Leon Golden. Musical director is Evil. Legal liaison is Brian. Lead writers are John and Eric. Runner-up writers are Jason and Captain Danielson. Publication coordinator is Jax. Special thanks to GVC, Aaron, Miss Roper, and Yoko. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure to follow Connect More on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.